welcome back to the channel. So today we're going to be reviewing Benq GW2283 21.5 inch monitor. So the main point of interest in this monitor is the price. It retails at just about the sweet price of about $100 on Amazon. But don't let the small price fool you, because this monitor packs a little bit of the features that you would expect usually at higher range monitors, say for $140 or $50. So let's start off with the main part of any monitor, the display. So it's got a 1920 by 1080 standard Full HD display at 60 Hz refresh rate. And then another main feature in this particular monitor is what the company calls adaptive eye care technology. Now what this is simply put, it's got a sensor that helps the monitor to adjust the brightness based on its environment, like in a room where you are. But let me be real here, this has been in a lot of the phones for a lot of years and none of them almost ever work, right? You turn on a light and it just becomes too bright, and you turn off a light and it just like goes blank. So if you really want to take care of your eyes, I'd suggest that you turn off this feature if you buy this monitor. So instead of using the adaptive eye care technology, you could instead install this app called Monitorium from the Microsoft Store and use it to quickly adjust the brightness of up to how many ever monitors you really want to do. So yeah, this will also stop you from going to the monitor's menus often, which everyone knows is really annoying. Another selling point for this monitor is, you guessed it, the thin bezels, or bezel-less as the company sometimes call it, which is basically impossible. But yeah, it's got really thin bezels, so if you don't buy this monitor for anything else that I'm talking about, this should be a good point to look for in this monitor, because a lot of its competitors don't actually have this. Believe me or not, this might seem like a small thing, but it really changes the way we look at monitor and the overall experience of using this monitor. The menus, that's right. So the menu can be controlled and accessed through these 5 buttons on the bottom of the monitor next to the power button, which also glows white. I don't know why I said that. It's not at all important. Anyways, so yeah, you can use these 5 buttons right down below the monitor to actually access the menu. The menu's got different things like adjusting the brightness, as I told before, and adjusting the sound quality, and changing the input, and then also stuff like the picture mode and advanced picture settings. Stuff like that that'll basically come in handy at times. So now that the display's out of the way, let's come to another main point that people think about while purchasing a monitor. That is the adjustments. Now, in terms of adjustments, this monitor is really bad because it can't actually adjust the height, which is very important, or tilt the screen sideways, or put it in vertical position or anything like that. All it does is just tilts up and down. That's about it. You can do anything else. So if you're a person looking for a lot of adjustments, if you're going to keep it in particularly high or low table or something like that, then it would be hard to recommend this monitor for you. It's also got cable management included in the stand. So yeah, you can use this cable management provided to manage your cables. Basically keep your desk clean of cables, because cables gather up a lot of dust and look often ugly on your desk. So that's a good feature. Now this monitor also comes with inbuilt speakers on the bottom side of the monitor. And these speakers are, kind of clumsy really. They don't get that loud. You turn on a fan, ceiling fan or something, and you just can't hear anything. But I mean, who actually uses a monitor speaker, right? So I'd recommend getting some external speakers if you're going with this monitor. Now that all of the main points are out of the way, let's come to the compatibility, kind of like the ports that are provided in this monitor. So it's got dual HDMI, one VGA or D-sub as some people call it, and also an audio output port. So in the package, there are no HDMI cables or audio cables, aux cables provided. Only the D-sub or VGA cable is included. So if you are a person using a laptop like me, you'd probably want to get an HDMI cable while you're buying this monitor. So if you've been watching this video until now, I appreciate it. And I'm going to give you a little tip. So if you buy this monitor, if you end up buying this monitor, it's probably going to ship to you. And once you connect it to your laptop or PC, it's going to go to default 59 Hz. So I'd recommend that you go into the settings of your computer and change it to 60 Hz to get the most quality and smoothness out of this display. Oh, and also it's a glare-free display, which I just absolutely love. This means that you can use it in a brightly lit office environment, or even in like brightly lit sunlight lit rooms, if you know what I mean. So you'll not be seeing any of your face reflections, your tube light reflections, your light reflections, none of that sort of thing. It's just amazing. So here is a comparison straightly between the glare display and the anti-glare display. Now, coming to final conclusion, this monitor is absolutely great for the price if you're willing to go with just the standard stuff. No ultra wide, 4K, HDR, UHD, none of that kind of stuff, but you do get a good 21.5-inch monitor, 24 or 27 inches based on what size you prefer. And it's not at all good for gaming, as you probably should have known by now, because it's standard full HD and also not 120 Hz or anything like that. It's just standard 60 Hz, so it's not good for gaming. But I believe one thing that BenQ could have certainly did is gotten rid of the useless brightness sensor at the bottom and instead invested all of that money towards providing height adjustment. So that's the only thing that's lacking in this monitor. But yeah, that's been it, and that's it for this review. That wraps it up. And so if you enjoyed this video, please leave a like and subscribe, and I'll see you next week.